Good morning, dear children. Hope you all are fine and safe. In the previous class, we studied about the simple past tense and the past continuous tense. I asked you to write the definitions in the copy and solve the exercises in your book. I hope you all have done. And in today's class, we are going to continue our chapter verb tenses, and the topic is simple future tense. First of all, let's see what is a simple future. Simple future tense is when we want to indicate an action that is yet to take place. When we indicate an action that is yet to take place. Did not take place earlier, is not taking place now, it will take place in the future. Now, dear children, let's try to understand this with the help of given timeline. Here you can see the 3 points. Yesterday, that is past, now is present, tomorrow is future. And see the example, I will visit you tomorrow. I will visit you tomorrow. Action of visiting you will take place later. Action of visiting will take place later, tomorrow, which is yet to come. So, dear children, always to indicate an action that is yet to take place, yet to come, we use simple future tense. There are several grammatical ways to talk about the future. The most common one is to use modal auxiliaries such as shall or will. There are many ways of expressing future tense, but mainly we use the auxiliary verbs will or shall. Will or shall are the most commonly used ways of expressing future tense. We use modal auxiliaries will or shall. Dear children, shall we use with I or we, and will we can use with I or we plus all other subjects. Now, I will visit you tomorrow. Here we can see the action of visiting will take place sometime later in the future. Now, dear children, let's see the structure of simple future tense sentences. How to frame various types of sentences in simple future tense. First of all, let us focus on affirmative sentences. What kind of sentences? Affirmative sentences, which are also known as positive sentences. Affirmative sentences we frame in this way. The structure is subject plus modal auxiliary. We know the modal auxiliary will or shall we use. The modal auxiliary will or shall plus the main verb in its base form. The main verb in its base form plus object or the complement. Let's understand this through this example. She will dance at the party. She is the subject. We have used the modal auxiliary will. Dance is the base form of the verb. At the party is the complement. She will dance at the party. We frame affirmative sentences. Subject plus modal auxiliary will or shall plus main verb in its base form plus object or complement. Look at the board, dear children. Let's see how to frame negative sentences. The structure is subject plus modal auxiliary will or shall. Always in future tense we use either will or shall plus not, that is the word of negation, plus base form of the main verb in its base form, and followed by the object or the complement. Subject plus modal auxiliary plus not plus base form of the verb plus object or complement. Let's see the example. Radhika will not attend the party. Radhika is the subject, will is the modal auxiliary, not is the word of negation, attend the main verb in its base form, the party. Radhika will not attend the party. Likewise, with the help of this structure, we make the negative sentences. Dear children, let's focus on interrogative sentences. Interrogative sentences are of two types. Yes, no question. Let's see first of all. The structure of yes, no question is modal auxiliary. The sentence will begin with modal auxiliary followed by the subject, then verb in its base form, and then the object. Modal auxiliary, subject, base form, then object. Let's see the example. Will you participate in the competition? Will you participate in the competition? Will is the modal auxiliary, you is the subject, participate is the main verb in its base form. In the competition, will you participate in the competition? And at the end there should be question mark because we have framed a question. Now dear children, look at the structure of WH question in simple future tense. WH question, we frame the sentence begins with WH word plus modal auxiliary plus subject and base verb in its base form followed by the object or complement. Dear children, sentence begins with a WH question. When let us see the example. When will you return to the city? When, it is the WH word, will is the modal auxiliary, you is the subject, return is the main verb in its base form to the city, complement. When will you return to the city? So this was the structure, affirmative, how to frame affirmative sentence, negative and interrogative sentences in simple simple future tense. Now dear children, let's see the different uses of simple future tense on page number 91. First one is to talk about the future, the action which will take place in the future. Provide information about possible events that have not taken place yet. We provide information, we give information about the possible events that have not taken place yet. Till now the action did not take place. There are possibilities to happen in the future. Make a prediction about a future event. When we guess the event which will take place in the future. Discuss some future plans. When we discuss some future plans, the plans which will take place in the future, we say in simple future tense. To talk about some definite actions expected to take place in the future. Some definite actions which will surely take place. We are certain that these actions will take place in the future. We use simple future tense to express these sentences. Now dear children, expressing the future with be going to form. Expressing the future with going to form. Dear children, we can express the future with be going to form. Be going to form. It is used to denote an intention. It is used to express an intention. See the example, I am going to work now. I am expressing my intention. I am going to work now. Second one is a prediction in relation to future. When we guess something about the future, you are going to be very successful in life. You are going to be very successful in life. The definiteness of some future event on the basis of circumstantial evidence. the future event which is definite to take place, which is sure to take place in the future. Let's see the example. The tortoise is walking while the rabbit is taking rest. I think the tortoise is going to win the race. Now here we can see the definiteness of something. We are definite about something, that surely the tortoise is going to win, and on the basis of circumstantial evidence. What are the circumstantial evidence? We are having the circumstantial evidence that the tortoise is walking and the rabbit is taking rest. This is the circumstantial evidence to us. On the basis of this circumstantial evidence, we express the definiteness of some future event with the help of going to form. Dear children, see the structure. We use form of the be verb. Form of the be verb plus going to. Form of the be verb plus going to. What are the forms of be verbs? The forms of be verbs are, here we use is, am, are. I am going to do that. He is going to do. She is going to do. They are going to do. So, is form of be verb are, is, am or are plus going to. This is the structure. With this structure, we express the future action. We express the future plans. Got it? Dear children, one way is to express future tense with the help of modal auxiliaries plus the main verb in its base form, and the second one is form of be verb plus going to form. And dear children, from this part you will be writing the definition of simple future tense in your copy and try to solve the exercises. Thank you.